Race 3 for the New Zealand Formula Fords from Timaru lines up like this. Andre Heimgartner and John Whelan from the front row. Matt Williams and Stefan Webbling from row number 2. It's a row 3 start for the Vickers brothers, Richard and Tim. Row 4, Henry Thomas Kircher and Ralph Godwin. Go back to row 5 for Chris Flock and Brendan Leach. Completing the lineup, Tony Graham, a non-start for Steve Heffernan and Andrew Vincent. So we're ready to go racing for the finale from Timaru, the 4th round of the New Zealand Formula Ford Championship. The round honours at the moment, Heimgartner and Whelan tied on points, 142 apiece with a win and a second for the weekend. Lights to go out. Been some fantastic racing this weekend, and even start Matt Williams with an absolute flyer from the second row, slots into second. Whelan drives around Heimgartner and through into the lead into the first turn, Mark.
So a very aggressive start there by John Whelan, but Andre Heimgartner just got the inside corner, kind of flicked them up. Matt Williams may take advantage of that. Of course, Matt Williams got that penalty for the race start in race 2.
Yes.
He was actually just outside of the pit box, so he got a penalty for that.
5-second penalty for Matt Williams, was across the line in 3rd, but relegated to 7th.
Now the Vickers brothers here are jostling with Stefan Webbling a little bit further back in 4th, 5th and 6th, so there's battles going on everywhere.
Yeah, Webbling didn't get a great start. So Heimgartner and Whelan tied on points for the round. Webbling 3rd in the points, about 30 back.
Andre Heimgartner to make up amends here, Jamie. Sorry for that turn 1 incident where he dropped back. Got hold of John Whelan there. Matt Williams all over the back. Oh, look at this. The Vickers boys battle with each other.
Yeah, Tim Vickers up the inside of older brother Richard for position. Heimgartner leads the championship for the first time this weekend after race 2. 6.74, Stefan Webbling 6.59, 15 back. Matt Williams has dropped some points and he's 3rd on 628 points. Where Heimgartner trying very hard down through 1, and it sort of translated off the exit. He was sideways in and sideways off.
Just keep the momentum going because he knows that he's got to get as much lead as he can, because John Whelan can pounce at any minute. But I think we just saw momentarily look like he suffered a bit for that aggressiveness going into turn 1. But here we go. We've got the Vickers boys. Now, what's happening here with Stefan Webbling? Stefan was getting filtered right back. He's in 7th place behind.
Yeah, he's just pulling out of the draft to the inside of Henry Thomas Kircher. So yeah, Webbling's got a horrific start. He's right back there, 2nd in the points going into race number 3. There's Ralph Godwin in the pack and saved 27. He's had a consistent weekend. Here are 6th place finishes over the first 2 races here at Timaru.
Steve's got a fair bit of work to do to get up to the Andre Heimgartner and John Whelan battle at the very front, because at the moment he's positioned in 7th, and of course he's got a couple of strong competitors between him and the other guys. So, but here's the battle we're looking at. Andre Heimgartner, he looks comfortable at this part of the track, but when you come onto the back straight, turn 3, and then going onto the straight down to turn 4, John Whelan is so quick on that particular part. So as we said before, Jamie, strength and weaknesses for each of these guys at different parts of the track.
We've seen 3 championship leaders over the first 3 rounds into round 4 here in Timaru. Matt Williams was the round leader up to Pukekohe. Stefan Webbling took over the honours. Was leading after Teretonga, but he's lost that championship lead to his teammate, and he's still back there. It's the furthest away that we've seen Stefan Webbling from the front of the field. John Whelan again looking strong. These two, there hasn't really been a lot between these two. Whelan with the advantage in race 1, as again Heimgartner just a little bit wide off the exit of 5. Williams is right there with them. Early stages of the final race. Heimgartner, Whelan, Williams, Tim Vickers, Richard Vickers. Webbling now up into the 6th position. Go back to Henry Thomas Kircher. Chris Flock. Brendan Leach and Ralph Godwin. He's gone around in the pack and save Van Diemen.
Here we go, turn 3, not the ideal try to place the pass because you don't get any momentum going down the back straight. Matt Williams may be the beneficiary of all that.
Here's the peak antifreeze replay. Godwin just locks up the rears by the looks of it at the hairpin.
Just a little bit too aggressive in, and away he went.
As Whelan looks to the outside of Heimgartner, he's going to try and stay with it.
I cannot believe he actually just pulled that off. I'm shaking my head in disbelief. I don't think I've ever seen that move happen here on the outside of turn 4.
Unbelievable stuff from John Whelan. Where did that come from? I thought Nah, he'll maybe just drop back in for the crossover here, but he's driven clear around Andre Heimgartner. There's yellows obviously out at the hairpin.
Yeah, you're dead right there. You cannot emphasise that is high speed. There is marbles and debris all on the outside. He went in there, he backed himself. Some stage, Andre would have said, John, it's your corner. I want to get around the outside.
So you think he maybe has conceded to a point?
I think when he realised that John was going around the outside of me, he would have said, well, he's a braver man than I might just take second here, because he's got a lot of car speed. You know he can get back onto the back of that John Whelan car at any time. Matt Williams is going to become a factor in this pretty quick as well. This battle here is going to allow Tim Vickers to get on the back.
Well, what a pass from John Whelan, former New Zealand Formula 4 champion, of course, a few seasons back. Went into the Toyota Racing Series in the BNC V8s. He's got the race lead here in the third and final race from Timaru, looking for the round victory, and more importantly for him, closing up the points. I think he was about 80-odd points out of the championship lead going into the weekend. But it just goes to show too, Mark, you don't have to have the latest model Miguel to be competitive. You know, this is one of the hybrid Van Diemen stouts.
Yeah, chassis will have strengths at different tracks. Of course, this one here is a very technical track, very smooth, a lot of corners, slight straight compared to last weekend in Invercargill, high-speed track. So you're right, Jamie. As at the moment, it seems that the circuit is complimenting John Whelan and in his car, but we say Andre Heimgartner saying that, just have a look down the outside.
Matt Williams lying in wait back there in third. Tim Vickers trying to get to them. Williams just shows Andre Heimgartner that he's there in his mirrors. Whelan with a great exit drive off three.
Yes, it's such a unique line that he takes. He kind of gets to the middle of the corner and just accelerates and lets the car naturally drive wide. Look at the influence of the draft here. Andre's going to go around the outside. I don't think he's going to return the favour and go around the outside of turn 4.
Yeah, Whelan's certainly very, very strong at the end of the main straight, but Tim Vickers is closing in. It's going to be a four-way battle for the lead here shortly at the halfway distance. Here's Tim Vickers, fourth in the points going into the weekend. Former New Zealand kart sport champion. Engineered by Jason Leifting, who's running that race team for the Vickers brothers. Tim with his, he's got 2 wins to his name. There's Heimgartner trying to force the issue to the outside down into turn number 1. There's nothing in this.
Nothing at all, but John's going to be very careful how far he comes across, come down the front straight, or to left of screen as we see it, Jamie, because the simple reason being, the further it goes over, the more marbles or debris is going to get on his tyre. It's going to affect the braking going into turn 1 and turn 2 there. So you'll see that's why he's only going to the middle of the track and making no more effort to go further across, because if he does, he can get himself in a bit of strife.
Matt Williams, which way does he go as Heimgartner's going to try and drive around? And well, you hadn't seen it before. Mark, we've just seen it twice.
Twice in one race.
Heimgartner's done what John Whelan did to him a few laps earlier, and he's driven around the outside of him at turn 4.
Man, these guys must have some respect for each other, because it'd be so easy just to get halfway around the corner and say, here, mate, here's a wheel, and away they go. But look, these 2 guys, 3 guys, well, you put Matt Williams that they are racing, hammer and tongue, obviously a lot of respect, know each other's are. Andre Heimgartner's car a little bit oversteering coming off the corner there, won't affect them much, but Jamie, you've got to take your hat off to these 2 guys. Around the outside in turn 4 is just staggering, staggering stuff.
Well, he's the reigning South Island Formula 4 champ. He's been racing in the Victorian Formula 4 Championship in Australia during the New Zealand off-season. He's obviously gained a lot of experience from that. Yeah, you're right there. Very different line there for John Whelan. Very, very narrow. Let's have a look at the replay of this pass, the peak antifreeze replay. He's gone to the outside. He's just made that stick and looks so easy. And I think, like Heimgartner the first time, I think Whelan may have just conceded that a little bit. He's trying the crossover. Yes, he's got the run this time, though.
He's decided that he's already got around the outside of Andre in turn 4. He's going to try the inside on the exit of turn 4.
Well, there's only 2 other options, Mark. There's inside or through him.
Yeah, through him's not going to be an option. We know that. Jamie, you said a couple of sentences ago that he's been racing and he's got a lot of experience. Confidence is also the key in that as well, because he knows he can position the car anywhere and he's going to come out of it.
Stefan Webling is up into the 5th position. He's got around Richard Vickers, but just looking at that last shot, Webling is sliding around all over the racetrack. So struggling with that race car. Only 1 driver in the 105 bracket. That's Johnny Whelan, who set a 105.9 on lap 3. Still nothing in this. Can Whelan go back around the outside? He's got a great run, great run.
Best chance of all time now. Come off the straight, nice and close. Back Andre's car in the draft, out he goes. We've already seen him do the outside of turn 4.
Williams isn't quite close enough to take advantage of it either, and I don't think Whelan's going to make this one stick, but can he get the crossover to work this time?
No.
Oh, again, same thing as the previous lap. Matt Williams just waiting for these two to get together. Whelan looked like he got a little bit sideways there off 5.
Run down the inside perhaps. No, Andre straight over, he's too smart for that.
Well, he's done that already this weekend with the big launch up the inside at the hairpin. So just a couple to go. Heimgartner, 16 years of age. Holding off a former New Zealand champion, John Whelan.
John's got a run on him here. He can down the inside. No, there's the outside line. Andre comes over to take his racing line.
Matt Williams is just not quite close enough to take advantage of one of them going by the other.
Dead right. We would have seen normally when one driver takes the opportunity to pass, the other guy behind will do the same thing. But in saying that, when someone's going around the outside of turn 4, I know the bloke behind him ain't going to follow because it's hard to believe one car can do it, let alone two.
Here comes Whelan again, pulls up alongside. Williams is going to try and go with him around the outside. Same as the previous lap. Williams, I thought maybe he was going to do the big launch down into 5.
If he had done it, certainly would have been a desperate one because you're just a little too far back. John Whelan's too wide for that. Of course, he's kind of the meat and sandwich right now, isn't he? He's trying to win the race, but also defend himself from the battle. Matt Williams back in 3rd. It's one of those situations you're almost damned if you do and damned if you don't.
When you've done a lot of Formula Ford racing yourself, Mark, at this stage of the race with inside a couple of laps left to go, where would you want to be? Which car would you want to be on the racetrack?
Andre.
Out the front,
especially here.
Look at the drive off the last corner. He's just pulled 3 car lengths on Johnny Whelan.
But as we know, that means absolutely nothing because you go through 1 and 2. Look on the exit of turn 3, I'll guarantee he's within half a car length.
He's using all the track, John Whelan. He's going to try and tow Matt Williams through with him to get to Heimgartner, but this is probably the furthest he's been away from Heimgartner on the back straight run.
They're weakly spaced out, aren't they?
Tim Vickers in 4th, Stefan Webling 5th. There's Whelan again looking to the outside.
Crossover's going to happen. No.
Line astern. Last lap board to come out next time by. Heimgartner looking for his 5th win for the championship, maintaining the championship lead, which he took over here at Timaru. A fabulous few final rounds between these youngsters all going at it for the championship. A little bit of sideways oversteer for Heimgartner.
Now, how much has that hurt him? No, John's just that too far back to capitalise. Andre doesn't get the maximum drive out of the final turn, saying that John's having a look on the outside, nothing but a bluff at this stage.
He's definitely closer though. Last lap board out, 1 to go. Can Whelan get a run out of 3 onto the back straight? Williams is right there with him. If I was Whelan, I'd be more worried about Williams right now. He looks to have got a lot stronger right in the late stages of this race.
No, I reckon that John knows. He knows he's quick in this particular part. Andre is not going to let him go around the outside. That I do know. He's going to make him do all the hard work.
There's Whelan.
Yeah, look, see, John's looking in the mirror there to find out what matters. Around the outside's a long way. Not going to work. Look at the crossover down the inside here. Too far back. One opportunity left, Jamie, coming into the hairpin.
Well, Heimgartner doing the job. He hasn't put a foot wrong in this last lap. Whelan couldn't get around the outside. Heimgartner, if anything, his car's got a little bit better towards the last laps.
Hold your breath, because here's the last opportunity. No, can't do it. Andre just too wide, just too controlling.
Not close enough at the hairpin. Andre Heimgartner. He will leave Timaru with the championship lead. Just one more corner to negotiate. Turn 8. Heimgartner with his 2nd win of the weekend, the round win and the championship lead heading to the next round. John Whelan 2nd, Matt Williams 3rd, Tim Vickers in 4th. What a performance from just a 16-year-old Andre Heimgartner in the Superlux number 5 Miguel. He's got the championship lead. A young head doing an excellent job. Johnny Whelan, he fought all the way, but not enough.